Okay, we got 205 students here already. I think we can start our lecture. Later on, your program leader, Ms. Chloe, she's coming in to talk to you on this ICTL program now. So she'll be coming as a guest. So I'll let you know when. Okay. Last week, we already started the accounting for non-profit organization. Listen here. I hope that most of you are here already. Those are not here, you see, if your friend is not here, you come in to inform them that a lot of students starting asking about the coursework in the week number 5. Coursework in week number 5, as I say, is only covered 2 topics only. 2 questions, 2 short questions. In these 2 short questions, you may have a part A and B. Part A and B. That means it's practically something like 4 questions. Okay, it's 2 questions only. Question 1 on incorporate record. Of course, incorporate record, your capital comparison, you cannot run again. Yeah. So your scope is so limited, you know. You see, I cannot give you any so-called tips or guidelines, you know. So you try to focus for tutorial 1. Okay, for tutorial 1. You try to focus on something like question 3 and question 4 because you need to do the capital comparison. Of course, question 5 also you need to study, but question 5, we prepare 2 statements, remember that? Part A, part B. So what I want you is something like question 3 and question 4. Okay, question 3 and question 4. Okay? Of course, tutorial 2, if you go through this question 4, Senang Enterprise. Senang Enterprise, you can find that a lot of figure missing. These are something that I may ask you also. You got it? So, don't ask me any tips, any guideline. I only announce in the lecture hall. You see now I only got 218 students, including 2 is me, like 216. That means still a lot not here yet, you know. So let your friend know. Okay, I cannot put it in wording, I cannot write it down. So I announce in the lecture hall for everybody. So time is already up here, 8:04. You are expected to be here. So 2 questions, 1 question on income record. So you have to study all your tutorial 1, tutorial 2, tutorial 3. But you just focus on your question 3 and 4, and then question 2. And then come to the non-profit organization. Okay, non-profit organization got tutorial 3, only got question 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, question 1, 2, 3, 4 only. Tutorial 3, that's your next week tutorial. Yeah, next week tutorial. And also this week you got Genting Kangov and this current Maja. So you try to focus on this income expenditure, and also later on I'm going to talk to you about subscription account. So it will be an online test again. So I'll give you 2 short questions. The answer format, I'm now trying to work it out. If I put in words, I'm not sure, you may not be familiar, but my tutor advised me that I should use Excel. So now my questions, are you familiar with Excel? Now you make sure you practice how to fill out the figures in Excel. Because if you're using Excel, those figures you can use a formula. Okay, you apply formula, then you won't guess wrong. Yeah. So I will let you know next week. You got 1 more lecture before the test. I will tell you the more detail on this coursework 1 test. Okay, now let me continue. I got 219 students. there are some students joining late. So just I already give you some guide now on the password to ask your friend. And listen here again. This video, this lecture is being recorded. But I already mentioned to you many times. Listen here. I already mentioned. Don't depend on this video. There are still a lot of emails sent to me, WhatsApp sent to me. Teacher, can you upload this video or not? You go to the Google Classroom. I think it's already uploaded. If you can see that this is a sign in. This is a Google Drive sign in. This is a video, This is a video for last week. So, but the problem is, I don't encourage you all to watch this video 3 hours. And student, you can give me a lot of excuse saying that, oh, I just want to see any part that I'm missing out. If you're missing out certain part, you got it? I suggest that you ask question. Can you see I put in the Google Classroom? I suggest that you ask the question on the part that you're not sure. Don't watch a 3 hours video. If you really want to watch the 3 hours video, I recommend you to watch those relevant video within 30 minutes from the YouTube. 5 minutes, 3 minutes, a lot of YouTube you can watch this channel. Don't look at the 3 hours video, wasting your time and wasting your data. Okay, this is for the fact. I announced in the lecture hall because I never answer you in the WhatsApp or email because too many already. Now online classes, I got too many this email to answer. So to me, when you request for video, I think that is not important message. Why? Because it's already uploaded. You have to think about how to get it. And I know that they got difficulties. I also try. It take a lot of time, and then reading maybe my computer is I'm not sure. So very difficult to extract this video. It's already uploaded, but I don't know why it's so difficult. I also tried, cannot. And I waited the day. I waited almost 10 minutes, and finally it come out. So don't waste your time to look at this video. So the purpose of this video recorded is one of the so-called requirement to attend the online classes. We are required to do that. And the other thing is, I think you see want us to on our camera. So I think in the week number 1, I on my camera a short while. So, but most of my time I presenting, I need to show you the illustration. And they want all students to on the camera, so I don't demand on them. So that is what I want to share with you. Okay, now it's already 8:08. Let me start. Okay. Very quickly recap what we studied in the last week. In the week number 1, single entry income record. Single entry means only one record, one record. That means you record in the 555 book, all money received. You may have another 555 book, small book, all payment. Then you got another small book, just record all your customer, especially those record all the customer. And I have this data connection problem. If we check, if happen then if missing link, then I will see how to get back. I try to see whether I can connect to this one. Internet access, yes, it's very strong. Okay. Now, let us go through single entry. You only have one record. So what we need to help the businessman to do is we try to find out these profit figures. It is our intention. Our intention to find out these profit figures. Yeah. So we need to prepare the statement of profit and loss, and then you need to calculate cash drawing. You need to calculate cash and sales purchases. So we study two methods. The method number one, we use a capital comparison method. If you remember that, we use the capital comparison method. That's why I say in your coursework one, sure got one question like that, capital comparison method. Second one is analysis of record. How am I going to set that capital comparison? Listen here very carefully. I'm not giving you tips. I tell you what are the questions I'm going to come out. So, listen here. For those who are not attending classes today, now I got 227. Can you inform those students who are not attending classes? Look at here. If you go through your page number 2, statement of profit and loss. Do you see the word statement of profit and loss? So I want you to change this title. You don't use a liquid paper. Don't use a liquid paper. Don't use a liquid paper. You use a pencil or whatever right on the top. Because why? There are student comments saying that how come my statement of profit and loss different from what you learned in the FA1? Okay, so you must have the sales minus cost of sales, you can get gross profit. Then after that minus expenses, you can get net profit. That is called statement of profit and loss. I told you already, this is a single entry income record. We apply this formula. We apply this formula of closing capital minus opening capital. So, but I don't know why the student tell me that like that very confused. So I have a discussion with my tutor. My tutor suggests to me that change the title. Okay, change the title. Those who never listen, I will still accept your topic, statement of profit and loss. So my tutor saying that you change it to statement to ascertain. Statement to ascertain. It means to find out. Okay, statement to ascertain the profit or loss. You got it? Ini lah. Statement to ascertain, yes. We discussed already, we decided to change the title called statement to ascertain profit or loss. So this is the topic. So inform your friend, change the title, yes. In the course test, I may use this term also, statement to ascertain the profit or loss. So then you got no argument already. So, I mean, if you have to put statement of profit or loss, I still accept it because according to the textbook, it shows that statement of profit or loss. But in order not to confuse you, statement of profit or loss, you should have the sales minus cost of goods sold, get gross profit minus expenses. Okay, so this is not a proper statement. Why I say this is not a proper statement? If you go through the next topics on analysis of record, yeah, they say that the method of calculating the profit just as is not satisfactory. Okay, tidak memuaskan. Page number 5. Page number 5 tells you that the method that you use the statement of profit and loss is not satisfactory. Tidak memuaskan. That means it's not acceptable. For example, just I mentioned, there are students argue that it's not a proper SBL. So I discussed with tutor. Tutor say, if this is the case, we suggest to change it to statement to ascertain the profit or loss. Okay, so that's why now we need to do analysis of record to find out some missing figure. So, but this information may not be always readily available. This is the problem. A lot of information not readily available. Okay, the other. Okay, it's not available. So in this case, we need to go through many procedures, prepare the working note statement account to obtain the required information. Okay. So, listen here, your course 1, I told you already, you'll be something like this one. What I will do is, I'm giving you opening, closing, then listen here, moderator may reject my question. I will delete all these figures, I'll delete all these figures. You only fill out the figures. And moderator suggests that this one also deleted, just give you the empty format. So this is a possibility also. That means I may give you statement of affair, 2 column, then everything empty. So initially it's in the Word format, but suggested by the moderator say change it to Excel, because Excel you put a figure, then you can automatically calculate the figures. Yeah, so that is your suggestion on your coursework. Yeah. Now next, analysis of record. You need to show all these workings. You may require to calculate sales figure, purchase figure, which is missing. Yeah. Remember that. We open your receivable, open your payable account. Remember you prepare for Jane, May, and June. Cindy, Angela, and Molly for this tutorial 2, question 1 and question 2. You have to learn the technique how to calculate the missing figure. Okay. And then for the topic number 2, we got second part here, markup and margin analysis. Listen here, I want you to understand what's the markup and what's the margin. We want to find out missing figures. When I find missing figures, I made a question ask you what's the markup, what's the margin. In what circumstances, when the question gives you markup, you need to change your margin. What are the circumstances? If the question gives margin, you have to change the markup. You got it? Sometimes question give you markup. They give you markup, but you don't have gross of it. You do not have cost. You know that markup is 25%, 25 over 100. You know 25 over 100, but you do not have a gross of it. You don't have a cost of sales. You only got your selling price. That's why markup you have to change the margin. So margin is gross of it divided by selling price. Gross of it you don't know, but selling price you know. You get selling price you know. And if you go through the Senang enterprise, cost don't have, but you got the gross of it. Gross of it is given, so you don't have a cost price. So you just replace it. Gross of it divided by cost equal to your 25% over 100. 25% over 100, like that. So you calculate your cost price instead of calculating gross of it. So this formula then is very important. You to know how to answer my question. In certain circumstances, question give you markup, but you don't have a cost, don't have a gross of it. You change the margin. Okay, on the other hand, sometimes question give you margin, then you have to change it to cost. Okay, because you got no selling price. Okay, now come back here. So you need to apply this technique in the analysis of record to get the missing figures. Okay. How much is the inventory lost in fire and so on. And before I forgotten, I already uploaded your lecture notes. There are students comment that I give you lecture notes piece by piece. So I think I already uploaded your lecture notes 4 to lecture 10. If you refer to Google Classroom, lecture 4 to lecture 10, tutorial 4 to tutorial 9. Listen here, I know that during this difficult time, I got no intention. Okay, when students you write to me, okay, I feel very sad. I'm struggling to preparing these notes during these online classes. But the student saying that you expect me to go out and do printing every week. I never ask you to do every week, okay? So I give you lecture 1, 2, 3, tutorial 1, 2, 3. Okay, you may go out to the shop and then follow step 1. Then I give you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the next 6 weeks. Okay, and tutorial 4 to tutorial 9. I'm not completed my tutorial. See, week 1. Okay, so I never have intention to let you go out during this RMCO period. So it's 3 times only. First time, week 1 to 3, done. Now week 4 to week 10, you prepare for next week. Okay, then there's another lecture from week 11 to week 14. I'm still preparing, still updating. So I will give you when it's ready. Clear? So notes is all available here already. Lecture note and tutorial question. And beside this one, you need to refer to textbook. Frankfurt Business Accounting is the best recommended textbook. There are some students ask me a very funny question. Teacher, I don't want to read textbook. How am I going to answer? Should I answer you no? Then what for I recommend the textbook? Can you see that? So if I answer you no, you don't need to read textbook. Then I no need to recommend the textbook. The recommended textbook means you are encouraged to read it. Can I say compulsory read textbook? And my question will come out from the textbook. So this is something like force already. And accounting, we cannot set question exactly like textbook, exactly like lecture note. We will modify until beyond recognition. So the more you reading the textbook, the ACCA website, even the LCCI exam question, if you really have to get enough, the more you practice, the better you are. Okay, and this Frankfurt, some of the students, there's only one actually. There's only one student told me that the brother, Abang Kaka, maybe the father one, 8th edition. Doesn't matter, still can use. Today already 14th edition, but the student show me the 8th edition. I tell the student, yes, you still can use it, as long as you got a textbook. Okay, so now, come back to here. I hope that I'm sharing the screen. Just now you can see what I show you. You can see what I show you. Okay, just now I show you the regarding the Google Classroom. Yes, you can see again. Thank you, Wenjian. Because I'm worried that my share screen suddenly disappeared or whatever, and my line may be disconnected. In the event disconnected, you let me know. And especially this mic. Okay, yesterday mic not working. I think today this is a group A. You ask a group 1. Tuesday, I think I have a classes. Mic not working. I have to use the phone to connect it. So today is okay. So I cannot answer this question. I ask the computer center people. They say your computer old already. Then I just take note. But today is working. Okay, now the next. So come back to here. This lecture note. So I want you to know that your exam question coursework. Question 1 is on e-commerce record. Question 2, non-profit organization. Last week I already discussed with you regarding this subscription account. Bear in mind, this subscription account is very popular question. I think I showed you this ledger before. Am I showing this ledger subscription account? Okay, I showed you this subscription account before. And then this is your subscription ledger in ledger format. And in the lecture note, there's a working note, very long one. I told you that I don't want the working note. And there are still students ask me how to fill out these figures. I already tell you that this is a subscription account, page number 17. Page number 17. This is a subscription account I want. Prepare this ledger. You must know that this is called subscription in areas. In areas, teraccrue. You see, students every tell me that accrued salary is a liability, accrued rental is a liability, but this one is accrued income. Opposite. Can you see that? Opposite. This is income, not a receipt. That's why in areas is on the debit side. In areas on the debit side. So in areas is your asset. Understand? I never answer this type of question in the WhatsApp. Student, you can send me. I think in my tutorial group I got some good WhatsApp. So I think that one I answer because when I answer one, I can answer to a lot of students. But you send me individual like that, the question is technical, I can answer but when you say why this subscription account debit side is in areas, I cannot answer you. Subscription in areas means yuran yang belum diterima. The fees I haven't received it. To me, money not received is my receivable. And member want to pay in advance. Member want to pay in advance. So member pay you in advance. For me, I receive the money extra already. So I owe the member. So that's why it become my liability on the credit side. And I refer to the balance breakdown. And there's another student ask me, how come carry down on the debit side? How am I going to answer? When your balance breakdown is here, carry down must be here. Am I right? Cannot be the same. Am I right? So when I say credit balance, refer to the last balance and this opening balance. Okay, in advance is on the credit balance. So this is subscription account you want. And student tell me that take a picture and show me that teacher this column you haven't filled out. I say I don't want this format. And why you show this format? I really study you student. You question me like that. You challenge me like that. So in the textbook, Frankfurt Business Accounting, they show this format. And last time I teach a student like that. In those days, student can understand or not. Then some years ago, I talked until the cows come home. Also, the student blah, blah. So that's why I decided I don't want this format. And in the exam, also no more this format. It's the same formula. Money received at any amount in areas minus in advance. Then beginning of the year will be overseen. So it's the same like this ledger. Okay, it's same like this ledger. So you have to remember how to prepare this subscription account. And last week I mentioned about subscription written off. In prudent bills, any amount not received 3680. But this year I only received 3330. Can you see that? 3680. I only received 3330. Prudent bills means to be prudent concept. Whatever money not received, 350, I'll recognize as your subscription written off. Clear? Now, the next question. So I think I stopped here for last week lecture. Now we spent half an hour already. I hope that most of the students here already. I'm going to continue here. Trading profit and loss account, yes, I think I mentioned that the club society also carrying some activity to finance their main activities. I think I show you this non-profit organization, Best Friends Chess Club, and I think I show you this bar profit already. So can you see that you make some profit on that? So this part I mentioned already. Okay, now come to income expenditure. Income expenditure, we can net it off. It is called netting off. This one, bar receive money, bar pay money. So same item is activity involved in the bar, we can net it off. So we just get the surplus or deficit of that particular activity. Clear? To be shown in the income expenditure account. For example, you got annual dinner and dance. So any expenses incurred, deduct from the revenue that you can earn from the sales of ticket. That's your matching concept. We only show the surplus or deficit. Yeah. And in the income expenditure, income must be earned. This must be revenue that you already realize. Okay. Expenditure must be incurred. There's another issue. The word expenditure means payment. To the club societies, the name is called income expenditure. So you use your income minus expenditure. So now there's another argument. Income, should I minus expenditure or not? I think in the year one, you did learn that this word expenditure, including all the payment. So in your tax table, taxation 1, expenses incurred. Expenses must be wholly and exclusively incurred. Wholly means keseluruhan amount. Exclusively, that means only for one purpose. In the production income, that means you spend the money, you must produce income. So what's the money you spend, you never produce income? So student argue with me saying that if I buy the machine, I pay 50,000. On one side, I say, yes, you buy the machine help you to produce a product, it can generate income. So when I buy the machine, 50,000 is your expense. So student argue with me say that no, this is called expenditure. Okay, I can agree. So that's why I say this BAC, you are able to explain. That's why I feel so happy. But how many of y'all? Maybe 1 or 2 of y'all need to know. So when I spend 50,000, it's called capital expenditure. Later on we are going to talk about it. We spend 50,000, it's called capital expenditure. 50,000, if I know that this asset can be used for 5 years, 50,000 divided by 5 years, then 10,000 depreciation is your expenses. So these expenses record in your statement of profit and loss. These expenses record in your income and expenditure account. So that is how to differentiate between expenditure and expenses. You got it? So in the second year, I never ask you to differentiate it. Expenses means expenditure means expenses. But if you want to go further, when you go to degree, you recall that's what Suking talked to you before. So diploma, I never expect you to go until so detail. So now you can see expenditure, we got 2, capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. So you pay money to go expenditure. But in the SPL, statement of profit and loss, you should minus expenses. That's your depreciation expenses. Clear? Balance sheet is your statement of profit. Okay, now this is the part that I stopped last week. I told you that this is a fund. Fund is called capital receipt. Use your pencil, jot down there. It is called capital receipt. It's not income. Capital receipt. That means we receive the money. You cannot record in the income. You receive the money, you cannot record as income. You record as your statement of financial position. Normally your statement of financial position is got capital and then current liability, right? Non-current liability and current liability. So it's after the capital but before the non-current liability. That is called capital receipt. So in the club societies, so it will be a special fund. Okay, in between your accumulated fund and your liability. Yeah. So there are separate funds might be set up for particular purpose and recorded in the balance sheet. Again, listen here. my note, number one, I'm not updating. Number two, I purposely keep the old name balance sheet. Because why? When it comes to practice, a lot of accountants, a lot of treasurer, they are same age like Suki, very old already, but don't want to retire. So we are so used to the word balance sheet. You ask your elder brother or sister, last time they call kunci kira-kira. I think in your SPM you learn penyata kedudukan keuangan, am I right? Penyata kedudukan keuangan. The old textbook they call it kunci kira-kira, that's called balance sheet. And there's one time they call it lembaran imbangan, balance sheet, called lembaran imbangan. So I still use the old term here for the non-profit organization. So what's the fund? Why this fund? For particular purpose. Can you see that? This one for special purpose. Line membership fund is one of the special purpose fund. Line membership fund is one of the special purpose. Building fund also special purpose. That means member pay this money, you must invest it outside. You keep the money invested in the bank. For example, fixed deposit. So any income earned from fixed deposit you can use. So the capital sum cannot be used. Building fund, there are people donate the money, okay, or you keep aside, okay, set aside certain amount of money for the building extension, okay, or specific donation. So somebody donate the money for the building of the tennis court, that's called specific donation fund. Okay, now I like to use the die. You see, my friend come and tell me that he want to donate money, so but he doesn't want to donate to TAR. You see, sorry, this one is the recorded in picture. I'm going to go to detail. So this member say I want to donate to student loan fund. Can you see that? If I mention the word, I want to donate 100,000 for student loan fund. So this 100,000 come to TAR. You see, cannot be used for other purpose. This money can only for student loan fund. And what we can do is, this student loan fund, we collect the money, we put in a fixed deposit. From fixed deposit, we generate the income, the interest. So interest, we give to the student as a loan fund. You got it? So that is how a fund created by non-profit organization is called capital receipt. Are you okay up to here? So next is your capital expenditure. Capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. So capital expenditure will be such as land and building, office equipment, and so on. This is called capital expenditure. You can have a swimming pool, billiard table. You know what is a billiard table? The snooker table, okay, and other sport equipment. Your basketball, okay. Basketball quite expensive. I think certain club society they record it as an asset. Okay, but the shuttlecock, you play badminton, the shuttlecock. So badminton, you play badminton one game, you use quite a lot of shuttlecock. They recognize as an expenses. Music society, they have their piano, musical instrument. Okay. So in some cases there are difficulties to differentiate between this capital and revenue. A general guide will be those up for within a short period of time. They are considered as a revenue expenditure. That's why I mentioned already. For example, the shuttlecock. Okay, the taste of this shuttlecock is considered. Can you see that? This one is considered as your expenses because it can easily consume it. But other than that, badminton net you can repeatedly use for many times. So this is an asset. Snooker table is capital expenditure. Okay, it will last for several items. Several accounting period is called capital expenditure. Capital expenditure can last for several accounting period. Up to here, are you okay? Now I'm in page 19. Page 19. Listen here, if I'm too fast, you must stop me. Because last week when I using the phone to conduct classes, then I realized that the response come into the phone is slower than the screen I show you. So that's why students cannot follow. You got question, please ask question here, or you can on your mic. Okay. Now the next. Capital expenditure. Capital expenditure done already. This capital receipt and revenue receipt. Just now is capital expenditure. and revenue expenditure. This one all pay money. Note number 11 is pay money. Note number 11 is pay money. Note number 12, receive money. This one is a payment. You make payment. This one, you make payment. Both capital expenditure and revenue expenditure, you make payment. But when you make payment, capital expenditure, we are going to record as a non-current asset. Non-current asset. So you make payment for shuttlecock, electricity bills, tennis ball, you record it in your income and expenditure. SPL refers to income and expenditure here. So now, this one is your receipt. Okay, capital receipt and revenue receipt. So this one will be your receipt. You receive money. Maybe in your bank account. This money received to be debited to your bank account. Receipt. So when you receive money, look at here. Entrance fees is one of the example. Entrance fees. Entrance fee may be looked as a premium paid by the new member as their contribution to their capital cost incurred. So it's no longer appear as income. So entrance fee is not income. Not income. Entrance fee is not income, but in the statement of financial position. But in the statement of financial position. Okay, take note. In the exam question, I will tell you that entrance fee treated as your capital receipt. Look at here. In the exam question, I will make it very clear because you see saying that don't confuse the students. Because sometimes in my exam question I say entrance fee to be treated as revenue receipt. That is income. This entrance fee can be revenue receipt. Okay, can be revenue receipt, but in some cases it will be capital receipt. So that's why in the exam fees, in the exam of coursework, the question will specifically tells you very clear. In district tutorial, if you remember in district tutorial, I just want to show you the tutorial this week. In district tutorial, this question 3. I think I mentioned somewhere here. Question 6, Kap Remaja. If you can remember your Kap Remaja. If you can remember your question 6 this week, Kap Remaja, the question mentioned that entrance fee to be treated as a capital receipt. Capital receipt. Note number 3. Capital receipt. And this question 6, Kap Remaja, entrance fees is not income. Line membership fees also not income. It's called capital receipt. It is called capital receipt. The rest subsistence account, bar profit, donation, interest received is your revenue receipt. Revenue receipt. Yeah, this is called revenue receipt. Okay. So question will tell you, don't worry. It can be revenue receipt, it can be capital receipt. If revenue receipt is recorded in your SPL, that means you are going to record in your SPL. So once the revenue receipt is income, then you record in your SPL. Donation may also treated as a capital receipt or revenue receipt. Can you see that? It can be revenue receipt. It can be capital receipt. Listen here. I want to donate money to Thai UC. I keep quiet. I just said I want to donate money to Thai UC. That is called revenue receipt. Okay, that is called revenue receipt. But I want to donate money to Thai UC for the student loan fund. Can you see that? For the specific purpose. For specific purpose. Then it becomes a capital receipt. It became a capital receipt. I want to donate money for you to build a swimming pool. It's called capital receipt. So general donation, no specific purpose, we call it revenue receipt. It is called revenue receipt. Okay. Proceed from the fun fair. You know what's a fun fair? Buying food, selling food. Okay. In a fun fair, you got the games. So it can be capital receipt also. It can be capital receipt if you are holding this fun fair for specific purpose. Okay. To have a building, sports center. Okay. Car is going to build a sports center. So they ask for donation, they have fun fair. So extension of clubhouse. So this money raised for the charitable institution. So if let's say you got specific purpose, so that is called capital receipt. If only raising money for charitable institution, you will be revenue receipt. It's a revenue receipt. So record in your income. So that's how you differentiate it. Question will tell you that capital item record in the statement of financial position. Revenue item record in the income expenditure. Okay. So I'm going to go through this club cinta alam. Do you have any question up to here? Is it not? No. Oh, very good. So you answer me already. You see, I have the same person answer. What happened to the rest? Thank you, Jen. Okay. So we are going to proceed with the question. This is a lecture note. I want you to go through this page number 20. I want you to have a look at this question, and then we are going to start. Then I will to discuss a little bit. Then you take a short 5 minutes break. Then we continue to work out because the working all given to you already. Okay. I have to reserve the last so-called half an hour or maybe 20 minutes for you program leader to come in to review on the ICDL course. Should be okay lah. Let us go through this illustration. Yes.
The tutorial question, right? What I got is until question 4. The 5 and 6 is not.
Your question?
In tutorial 3 is until question 4 only.
Tutorial 3. You see, this is tutorial 2, question 4, question 5, question 6. Then we got another tutorial 3. I think we got another tutorial 3. Question 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, until 4, correct? Until question 4, correct? Sorry, I repeat. Can you see that? This is your tutorial 2. You check, your tutorial 2 start halfway. I want to save the space for you, Tutorial 2 start in the page number 3. So you got question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. That means until question 4 see corporate record. Question 5 onward will be the club societies. Question 5 onward will be club societies. Question 6, club societies. Then only tutorial 3, question 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you receiving the same question?
No, I'm searching just now the capital fee. Just now sir explained one.
The capital receipt.
The entrance fee ticket. Okay, I found it. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Now, my since I'm in the tutorial, I just want to discuss a little bit with you. Look at the question here very careful. If you got a tutorial question with you, just comments. Baru mula sahaja. Do you see the word comments? Baru mula sahaja. On the 1st January 2009. And the receipt and payment given to you is 31st December 2009. That means this is the first year. This is the first time. The student asked me the question, how come they are closing inventory? There is no opening inventory. There are closing inventory. Can you see that? Inventory is 31st December. What happened to opening inventory? Read the question. The club just commenced this 1st January. Baru start saja. That's why no opening inventory. So now you got this bar takings. Starting from this year, end of the year, you got your closing inventory. At the same time, you got bar supplier. You got bar supplier. Okay, you pay the bus supplier and this amount not yet paid. Not yet paid. You see, these are the questions raised up by the students. I never answer you in the email or the WhatsApp. Listen here. I'm not like you all every time check the phone, check the message, you know. So I may overlook a lot of messages. You don't feel upset, you know. I know that when sorry, either my nose is itchy or my ear is itchy, then you think about me already. So I know that student every time is calling me, this being I don't know why this question so difficult to answer. So they never answer me because sometimes I feel the question is so simple. So that's why I say you better have your WhatsApp group, you discuss among yourself. Then I believe that you got friend to answer you, you know. So bus supplier I make payment and I still got 3,006 not paid at the end of the year. That means this question, if you prepare the bus supply account, there's no opening balance, there's only closing balance. Question never ask you to prepare, but I think there's some tutor show you that bus supply account, so there's no opening balance. So if you prepare the trading account also, inventory, there's no opening inventory, but you got closing inventory. And if you want to show opening inventory, can you just show a dash? Why I want to show the dash? Because in the computer system nowadays, a lot of things is generated automatically. Without the figure, you just put NIL or just put a dash. Clear? This is your question 5. This is your question 5. Then question 6. Question 6. You are given the 30th April 2020 and you got 30th April 2009. This April 30th 30th April 2009 equal to 1st of May 2019. Now, there's another issue raised up here. Listen here, you can see that my question is not clear. So now I'm going to clarify in the lecture hall here. In the lecture hall here. My question, the student tell me that there's a mistake. On 30th April 2020, net book value is 9,000 and 6,007. Do you see that? Net book value is 9,000 and 6,007. So student tell me that this figure should be closing. But the answer given by the tutor is 2019 April 30th. What I mean is, in the note number 4 saying that on 30th you got this figure, not yet calculated this year depreciation. Not yet calculated this year depreciation. That's why note number 5 saying that depreciation is to be charged. I think my sentence short of word, depreciation is to be charged. Then I think it's very clear to me. Thank you very much. You see, that's why I say I got some students who are very smart, you know. So I learn from you. It's okay. Students suggest to me that teacher, your sentence must be very clear, saying that depreciation to be charged at the rate of 10% and 20% on reducing balance method for the current year. For the current year, okay? I accept the comment from the student. So that means this question make it very clear already. Okay, I will take note on that. Don't worry. This is my tutorial. Let the tutorial present a lot of gray area. Then I feel so happy student can bring out my question is not clear. Okay, to me, I feel that it's clear enough, but if students say not clear, then I must change it. So that's why feedback from students is very important, because from what I see is clear, but from what you see it's not clear, that's why you must ask. You ask, then I know that, oh, my question is not clear already. Clear? Okay, depreciation will be charged for the current year. And there's another student suggest me to change it to 2019. Okay, I accept. If I change to 2019, I think my question has to show that the net book value, you have to be very clear that it's last year figures. Is last year figures. So then this depreciation to be charged with 10%. Clear? So that is the English problem now. So I think in the coursework exam, I will make it very clear to tell you that how much is the cost on the day and then already deduct or not yet deducted depreciation. So at least my question must be very clear that if I put 2020, I must tell you that this book value not yet deduct for the 2020 depreciation. So question has to make it very clear in the coursework or in the final exam. But tutorial, I let it open, it's okay. Then only you can have a discussion. Clear? That's your question 6. So, and there's another question. Petty cash for trading as trading claims only. you see 700 and 300, very easily you know that 400 is a trading claim. But if you found that here, if you see that here got another new item, say for example, I got a petty cash here. Say for example, I put 100. For example, I put 100. That means during the year, I put money into the petty cash. This is my bank account. I make payment to petty cash. This is called contra. So my petty cash 700 now become 800. 800 minus 300. So my trading become 500. So can you see that my trading is 400? Am I right? Trading is 400. Trading is 400. If I have one item here, petty cash, be careful. Treasurer prepare the receipt and payment. Inside the payment, you found that there's a petty cash. So this petty cash, you must add into your opening balance, become 800. 800 minus 300, 500 will be your trading claims. I remember in the week number 1 lecture, I mentioned to you, you are now in the second year. My exam question is not difficult, but you need a little bit of thinking skill to differentiate between the A student and B student. The A student who are very careful, when you read the question, you highlight this one. Remember, I pay money to the petty cash, so petty cash will receive this money. So it should be 800 minus 300, so trading claim will be 500. For the B students, I remember this question, looking set question, like Victoria, so you write 400, then you make mistake here already. But you are not totally wrong, you only wrong for this small part. You lost 1 mark here, lost 1 mark there, lost 1 mark here, lost 1 mark here and there. So from A, you become B. You still can pass, don't worry. You still can pass. So that is how I set the exam question. So take note on that. My tips is, you read the question word by word. Make sure you are very clear. Okay? Paper already sent for moderation, so it should be very, we are very carefully handling the exam question and the coursework. Okay. Next. Question 3. I just want to highlight the first keyword here, 6 months. I just want to highlight the 6 months here. Okay. And I want to highlight the word annual. You discuss in the tutorial. Next week lecture, I need to discuss why here say 6 months, why here say annual subscription. Okay. So the rest you discuss in the tutorial. Now, let me continue here. Club Cinta Alam. So this Club Cinta Alam again, can you see that there's a question mark here? Okay. Before you take a break, before you take a short break, I want you to see, do you see your Club Cinta Alam, the first balance already question mark? This one, no doubt, is all your receipt. This one is all your receipt. You receive money for subscription. I don't know, this subscription may be for last year, maybe for next year one. Just one word, subscription. Just one word, subscription. The last week lecture, you see, your subscription, the question breakdown for you. Out of the 74,520, question breakdown for you, last year is 3330, this year is 60,000, next year is 10,000. That's why you can get your in advance. But today, by this question, is silent. They just give you total amount. Bar takings, donation, annual, dinner, tickets, and so on. So my first question mark, not here. So can you tell me what's the first question mark? Yes, it's here. Bank balance. Do you see the bank balance? 9270. That is called opening balance. This is called opening balance. Everybody got this opening balance already? So now you get this opening balance 9270. You get this opening balance 9270. You record it. Yeah. Sorry. That's I think copy. This 9270 I copy and I paste here. Okay. Can you tell me what's the total amount here? This one you don't need to tell me lah. I can use a formula. And then someone tell me what's the closing balance here. Someone tell me what's the closing balance here. Wow, very fast. 19125. Thank you, You went Jen. So I work it out. We can get the same answer. Yes. As long as you can get the same answer, it's correct already. So this is called balancing figure. For the bank account, 19125. So now I want you to take a very short break, and we are going to go through this question, working all here already. Okay, this is your opening balance. This is your closing. This is your closing balance. This one will be your closing balance. This one opening balance. Take a very short break now. Okay, I will continue a short one. Take a short break. I'll walk around. 3 hours lecture very people can run. You take a walk. Yes.
The number one, right? Actually, I don't understand what is it.
Tutorial 3 question 1. Tutorial 3 question 1. I know you discussed in the tutorial why you must ask here. Never mind. They give you Club Sukan also form baru starts here on the 1st December. And this information only for 6 months until 31st May. So which part you can understand?
First one, the annual subscription, the payment.
That's why this is the thing that I want you to discuss in tutorial. I purposely say that you start from 1st December, then information is only for 6 months, but the subscription is for 1 year. So I want you to discuss in tutorial how to adjust for this subscription. Understand? You think about it, how to adjust for the annual subscription. Member had to pay 1 year, but I only record half year. Can you do that or not? Don't worry, your exam question not so difficult, but tutorial, I want you to have this discussion.
Another one, sir. The tutorial 2, the question 6, right? The entrance fee is to be treated as capital receipt. Can repeat again? Sorry, sir.
Yes, this one capital receipt, yes. Entrance fee to be treated as a capital receipt, yes. That means it's not income. This one is not income. That means when you prepare your income and expenditure account, later on when you prepare your income and expenditure account, so income is only subscription, bar profit, donation, and interest receipt. Entrance fee is not income. Line membership also not income. It will show as a statement of financial position figure. Are you okay here?
If it says
Capital receipt.
revenue,
Yeah, that's income, correct. Revenue receipt is income. Are you okay? Refer to the lecture note just now. I mentioned that if revenue receipt means income, note number 11. Note number 11, page number 20. Can you see that? Revenue receipt is your income. Capital receipt is not income. Capital receipt record in the statement of financial position. Yeah, revenue receipt is your income. I donate money to TAUC, so TAUC receive this income. Understand? I donate money to TAUC, but I want this money for the student loan fund. And then this is not income already. TAUC cannot use this money 100,000. They can only park in the student loan fund. Okay, for special purpose. I donate money for the musical society. You want to buy piano. This money for you to buy piano. So that's called capital receipt. It's not income. For specific purpose.
Then sir, why do you say life membership fee is not income? Because it
life membership fees, if you turn to the page number 23, cover later on, the next hour.
Sorry.
Live membership, we are going to cover later on. Also capital, because pay for one whole life. Member only pay one time. Member only pay one time. Next year, next 2 year, next 3 year, next 10 year, next 50 year also, you don't need to pay already. So that's why this money also capital is in. Page 23. Later on, we are going to discuss. Definitely there'll be enough time. Definitely there'll be enough time. That's why, YK, I prepare the format. I hope that the moderator don't be needy. I tell the moderator, I just want the student understand format. Nowadays in the computer software, a lot of format is already given. What you need to do is you need to show your working calculation. Can you see that? You need to show your calculation. Answer, some of the answer no marks one. Some of the answer no marks. It depends on your workings. So working is either inside the question, outside the question. Okay. So of course some of the answer got marks, but I think most of the answer no marks. It depends on your calculation. If you definitely got enough time, how to make sure that you got enough time? That's why I say I want to give you the format. I already talked to the moderator. I want to give you the format. If you can accept, you cannot. Then you try to make the question easier, maybe the meaning. Because my opinion is, accounting students, you are not required to memorize. Remember last semester the taxation paper, how to calculate the individual tax. I think I got student not complain, just a feedback saying that, well, I have to remember how to get adjusted income, gross income, statutory income, taxable income, all one by one. Yes, the one you have to remember. Okay, but in the future, I feel that actually not necessary because once you go to the income tax department, you download the apps. I think format standard all there already. Okay, so but at the moment they still require. Okay, so don't worry, your coursework will give you plenty of time. I think it should be only 40 minutes, but I give 1 hour. Yeah. 1 hour, 10 minutes like that. Okay, definitely more than enough. It's only 40 minutes, only 2 short questions, very easy one. I already give you the hints just now, you do your tutorial 1, 2, 3 only. Yeah. Okay, you take a very short break. We come back another 2 minutes time.
Kenapa paper semua tak keluar sini Mimi? Oh. Yang tu letak kat belakang dia. Tak masuk dulu sampai bos datang. Nanti bos yang akan hantar. Ada latihan.
Okay, now you're going to continue. Now, because there are some students still asking, so that's why I stamp the picture here. I don't know why you never watch, you never read all this Google Classroom. Okay, now we are going to continue Club Cinta Alam. You got question, please ask. This lecture very silent. So let us continue here. You are given this information about this Club Cinta Alam, opening balance and closing balance. You are given this opening and closing balance. So subscription in advance, remember I mentioned that in advance is a liability. In advance is a liability. And accrued, this is expenses. This is expenses, accrued, also liability. This one also liability. Of course, prepay is an asset. So in areas will be asset. In areas will be asset. Prepay also asset. Means the closing balance, opening and closing balance brought down. This one will be on the debit side. This one will be on the debit side.
Right?
Okay, you got price inventory, buy inventory, payable. You can see that this is the fund. This is the fund. Petty cash given, the bank balance given. 1 quarter of the clubhouse overhead is a portion to the fund. Clubhouse overhead. 1 quarter 1/4. 1/4. So you need to get your clubhouse overhead. Okay, add accrued minus prepayment. Your clubhouse overhead. Your clubhouse overhead, you need to prepare your ledger return to show. Okay, adjustment for this accrued and prepayment. Then the final answer, you take 1 quarter to the bar. And then depreciation on the office equipment. Office equipment you minus already. Then you get 30% of reducing balance factor. Petty cash is only used for postage and stationery. So how come postage and stationery negative figure 1? Can you see that? Opening figure 2018 is smaller than 2019. This is the one I mentioned just now. Do you see the petty cash here? In the receipt and payment, you make payment. If you make payment, 900. 900 must add together. So petty cash 270, you must add 900. Then in minus 459. You get already, then minus 459. You get already minus 459. That is how you get your petty cash. So you are required to prepare the bar trading. But before you start bar trading, you need to prepare the bar payable. This is your bar payable. This one also liability. Look at here. Liability 5850 and 6552. 5850 and 6552 already given to you here. So now you just fill out the rest. Okay, you just fill out the rest. So this one carry down will be here. And how much is the bank? 28620. Do you see that? In the bank account, you can get 28620. So you just record here 28620. So this figure transfer here. Your bar payable is here. 28620. I make payment. Bar payable, receive the money. Double entry. So can you get the missing figure here? Purchases. Someone tell me what is the purchase figure? Purchase. Anyone? Very good. 29322. Sure or not?
Sir,
Yes.
there's now 1 and 3, right? Actually, I don't understand it much.
1 and 3. 1 and 3 means which one? 1 quarter later on, not yet, man. I haven't discussed yet. Overhead, there's another detail later on. 3 is a petty cash. Just I mentioned that petty cash, the earlier question. The earlier question, I give you petty cash. The earlier question, I give you the petty cash. Where is it again? Oh, the tutorial. Just now the tutorial. I told you that petty cash is for trailing. This one very clear, am I right? Opening is 700, closing is 300. So I got money 700. Now my money left only 300. So I know that 400 I spent on trailing already. Okay, petty cash, I spent 400 on trailing already. Now come back to my lecture note. My lecture note saying that petty cash is used for the postage and stationery. But petty cash, it doesn't receive reduce, somewhat increase. Can everybody follow? Petty cash, never reduce, is increased. How can your postage and stationery negative figure? That's why I want you to look at the bank account. Bank account, I contra. This receipt and payment account, I make payment to the petty cash. From the cash society, you take out money, credit side, can you see that? Take out money, put inside to the petty cash. I credit here, I credit 900 here, then I need to debit. I need to debit to the 270. You see that? I need to debit here. I need to debit to here. That means petty cash, instead of 270, my petty cash should be have 900 plus 270. 900 plus 270, then you minus 459. Then you can get your postage and stationery. Now, are you clear?
I saw.
700 and 300, 400. But now, because you put money into the petty cash. So now, this question, you can get this answer already. So, this is your purchases.
You tambah dengan air tu.
This one is called balancing figure.
Dapat tu.
Okay. I always highlight in yellow color, this is called balancing figure. 29322. Okay, next. The clubhouse. Just now you see, you cannot understand the clubhouse. The clubhouse overhead is here. The clubhouse overhead is here. The clubhouse overhead, again, you see you got opening and closing balance. Do you see that? According to the question, 900 and 513 is green color. Do you see that? This is prepaid. I say prepaid is on the debit side, is an asset. Prepaid is an asset. That's why 900 and 513 on the debit side, am I right? 500 and 513 is an asset. And this 2142 and 1287 is the liability. So you fill out this already, okay? I think I never did it from your question. Can you see that? Accrued is 2142 and 1287. You get it from here. If I'm too fast, you let me know. Just like I mentioned that your screen may be slower. When I'm talking, I move the screen, but actually your screen not moved. So accrued is 2142 and 1287. Do you see 2142 and 1287? Now I move the screen, but your one not moved. That's a problem. Okay. 1, 2, 3 seconds. Okay. Now you can see the closing balance again. Okay, done. That's why if they say you're not clear, you ask question. I snap a picture, it's faster than watch a video. Okay, now, of course, this closing balance will be carried out. Sorry. Wait. These figures, copy here. And don't forget your 513, I'll copy and I put here. Okay. Now, done already. I want to see how much is the substitution. Clubhouse overhead. I make payment 40,860. I make payment 40,860. This is my payment. When I make payment, I credit 40,860. I credit. Now I need to debit. Are you following? I pay 40,860. 40,860. This is the money I pay. So this money pay already. So what I need to do is I total up. So I can get 43,047. Now, with these figures, I minus 43,047. I minus this one and minus this one. Yeah, 40,860. I add, not yet received. I must minus this one, receive in advance. And I minus last year areas. Then need to add the current last year's, this year's expenses, but paid last year. So use the 43,000. Use your 43,047 minus here and minus here. You can get the answer. How much is the answer? Okay. Okay, already splitted. Okay, very good. Thank you. Xiaohui, thank you. Good. This clear. Okay, you already get the answer 40,392. But this 40,392 is 40,392. Yes, I want to show working. You already show. Thank you. Already show times 1 quarter is equal to 10,898. 3 quarter is 30,294. And can everybody see this working or not? When I share with you the screen, can you see this screen or not? Then I no need to show already. Yeah, when I show you this screen, can you see this screen or not? Yes, okay, very good. Okay, thank you. So 10,098. I will show you. 10,098. 10,098. And the other one is 30,294. 30,294. So that is how you split. Yeah, that is how you split the figures. And then now the next one. I'm going to go through the subscription account. This one I skip first. I go to the subscription account first. Do you see subscription account here?
有跟你讲有。昨天我是喝到，我以为只是我喝到，我的嘴巴有。对对，你嘴巴有。然后我就没有，我就觉得。我要是太多，如果没有调的话。
It is called in areas.
然后今天早上我只是觉得顶不出来。对呀。
In areas.
它说出来顶没有。
In areas is your asset. Money not received is my asset. It is called in advance. I received extra already. Become my liability. It become my liability. If you refer to the question on the top there, in advance 1215 and 2160 is your liability. 1,008 and 2880 refer to the page 20 is in areas. So this will be your asset.
This is normal winter. This to me
yeah, I hope that I don't need to touch yet there.
But it's strong.
Your question. In advance 1215 2160. In areas 1,008 and 2880 from the question.
Maybe you keep this,
So you prepare this subscription account.
This one
You know there's already 加糖 a lot, add a lot. Yeah, sugar. Do it again. What already? 做一个 hot cappuccino. Take away cup for me.
Okay, done. So, go back to your income. You receive 50,400. You receive 50,400. Receive here. First time you debit, then I credit here. This is amount received. The money that you receive. Okay, because I want you to know that this carry down will be here. Carry down will be here. So you tell me what's your income expenditure. Not difficult, am I right? So just tell me what's the income expenditure. Let me sort my computer lag or your computer lag. The screen may be slow. Okay, so let me go through. Yes, so the answer is correct. So this will be your subscription account. Chi Yang, are you talking about computer lag? Don't moving. Or if my line is connected, please let me know. Am I still with you? Okay. Now okay. I'm still with you. Listen here. If suddenly you see disconnected, you call me. I put my phone beside me. Okay. If suddenly disconnected, you let me know. See, this student suddenly left the meeting, then they don't join it. It happen. Okay. It can happen. Now continue. You see, yesterday the announcement is for the primary school and the secondary school to go back on the 15th and 22nd. So now we are, I don't know whether you like it or not. If we play very hard, we can go back to the UC. That's why just now one of my colleagues sent into our WhatsApp group to ask our bosses, can we go back to the lecture hall? I don't know. I also miss the lecture hall. So I want to talk to a lot of y'all. So, the boss, the first thing come say, no, we are still online. We wait, maybe see whether there's any news. Okay. Now, I have worked out these two already. Now I want to go back to here. So this is your bar trading profit and loss account. So in this bar trading profit and loss account, how you get the sales figures? Is given the question bar takings. Sales means bar takings. I mentioned that before. Bar takings. Bar takings will be 40,770. Sorry, it's not here. It should be the last column. Yeah? Yes. It should be the last column. 1 minute because I want to see a message. Okay, continue, sorry. Inventory is given here 7020, am I right? Listen here, certain figure I won't fill out for you. I think you can get it from lecture note. Purchases, you already got it just now. Closing inventory, you got it now. Now, this overhead. This overhead, this one I want to highlight here. 10,098 here. So opening inventory, purchases, closing inventory, you can get it from the note. I want to leave it to you. Okay, I don't want to fill out so many things for you. Now the next, this one you can do it one. The next, what happened to the other 30,000 and 294? This 30,000 and 294, I want you to turn to the next page. Next page. Clubhouse overhead. This is the one. Do you see that? I don't want to fill out everything for you. The clubhouse overhead, you only get 10,000 and 30,000. This 10,000 recorded here. 30,000 is the next page. 30,294 is the next page. Okay, you forget all first, Okay, next. Don't forget your, just how you already get your bar purchases, am I right? This bar purchases, 29322, will be here. Purchases will be here. Clear? Now the next. Profit or loss from the annual dinner. Annual dinner. If you see the annual dinner in the question, annual dinner, annual dinner. Okay, I stop for 2 seconds, then you can see my screen. Do you see annual dinner ticket 7,650 and 9,630? This one is income, this is expenses. Do you see that expenses more than income already? Expenses more than income. So this one will be your 7,650 minus 9,630. Do you see you have a loss? How much is the loss? 1980. Right, huh? 1980. So this is your loss. This is the loss. Negative figure is the loss. And postage sensationally. Listen here. Just now in the note number 3. Just now in the note number 3, petty cash is for postage sensationally. Do you see petty cash? Petty cash. So 270 and 459 is given here. So, and don't forget you got 900 here. Huh? So you add up together. $1170. Then your balance will be 459 here. So you can get your figures here. This is a balancing figure. Postage and stationery. And the next, depreciation. Do you see your equipment? Your equipment is given in the question. Equipment is 32,400. You buy new one. You know where you buy the new one? This one is a new one. The new one is in the bank account. You buy new equipment. Can you go to page number 20? Go to page number 20. You buy new equipment 10,800. Because you buy new equipment 10,800. So accumulated depreciation is given in the question here 12600. So this is 12600 given the question. And now your equipment 32 become 43,200. So you know how to calculate your depreciation. Huh? So this one minus this one, you can get 30,600. So this 30,600 here. $3,600. You got it? This is called current year depreciation. So your accumulated depreciation, you then add it up together. So that is how you get your figure here. Okay, now come to note number 7, price. Price fund. Price fund. I think up to working 6, very easy, huh? Up to working 6, very easy. Up to working 6, very easy. Working 7, price fund. Price fund is here. 14400. It's a fund. Fund means it's the after accumulated fund before your liability. price fund. That means somebody donate the money. I donate money to this club. This money is for you to buy prices. This money is for you to buy prices. So that's why we call it price fund. So 400 is here. Price fund. $400. Price fund. Do you purchase any price? Yes.
Order is inventory.
Inventory.
Price inventory.
Are you right? No. Yes, what do you want to ask inventory?
The price is price inventory, not price fund.
Okay, sorry, I see wrongly. Sorry, I see wrongly. Oh, sorry, not price fund, price inventory. Like too fast already. Price inventory. I'm too fast already. Price inventory is 2007. Price inventory is 2007. Yes, you are correct. Fund is the other page, I think. Fund is the later on. Okay, page 22. Price inventory is the yes, yes, like this. I'm having classes until 11. Hello. Hello. Hello, yes. Yes. Lecture until 11. Maybe call you back a short one. Okay. Okay, next. Sorry, price inventory is 2007. 2007. And then closing inventory also given the question. Price inventory 2943. 2943. 2943. You see, now I learn like you and I attending classes, I can send WhatsApp, so I learn from your one. So I tell my boss, if possible, let me go back to the lecture hall. She said, is it lecture so important? Then quickly I answer her, no, coursework is more important. If I can go back to coursework. That's why now she called me. So I said I'm having lecture. Okay, now let me continue here. So you are given these two figures. Okay, how much is your inventory purchases during the year? You buy prices 7785. You go to your payment. You buy hadiah, memberi hadiah. You memberi hadiah 7785. You memberi hadiah 7785. 7785. Then you add up together. When you add up together, you minus this one. You add up together, you minus this one. You can get how much is the figure? 7542. Right? 7542. 7542. Okay, 7542. Price inventory consumed. Okay, this cash balance just now we got it already. No need to work out already. Your cash balance. Remember that I used all the debit side minus all the credit. I get a cash balance already. So that's why the next working number 8 you can skip. Working number 8 you can skip. Okay. add all your income minus all expenses. You already got the answer already. So working number 8 I can skip. Working number 9, accumulated fund. Working number 9, accumulated fund. This one also I can skip because why? It's already given a question. Maybe I can just show you a few items. Okay. Now, you see this statement of affair, you can show all the asset, you can show all the liability on the credit side. That's one way. Or remember in the tutorial, I show you debit and credit. Debit and credit. Now this format, there's no debit and credit. So what you need to do is, you net it off all the asset. You net it off the asset. For example, equipment, you got 32,400. Then you minus 1,600. You see that? I net it off first. So I can get 19,800 for example. Right? You minus equipment 32,400 minus 1,600 is 19,800. Yes. Then followed by your price inventory. Price inventory is 2,007. Followed by your buy inventory 7,020. Repayment 900. You see, this no debit, no credit. I just want to add up total all the asset. Subsistence in areas 1,008. 1,008. And then cash and bank balance 9,270. And don't forget you got petty cash 270. So this format, I just want you to total up all the assets. I just want you to total up all the assets. So this is a different format from what you see in the tutorial. Then from the asset, then you less liability. From all your asset, you less liability. Do you see that? Some students may want to have 3 columns. It's up to you. Okay. So this one no debit, no credit. So subsistence in advance. In the beginning is 1,215. 1,215. And accrual 2,142. And payable 9,850. Now come to the fund 1,400. This one is something like a liability. This is something like liability, but it's not liability. Be careful. The student asked me the question, price fund is not a liability, it should be a fund. But now my intention is I want to calculate the accumulated fund. I want to minus the accumulated fund. So I minus liability and fund, a specific fund. So listen here, you never ask question, but DSE this year, in fact last year also got student read the lecture notes before you come for classes. I mentioned that before, you prepare, read textbook, read lecture notes, before you come for class, you watch a video, you learn much better one and all. But these students ask me a question, price fund is not a liability. So, you see, in diploma, I never go into so detail, but this student asked a question, actually not only one, 2 students asked me a question, so I listen to you. In order to make you clear, I minus the liability and specific fund. See now, the more and more thing to learn already. So, the liability and specific fund. What is a specific fund here? It's called specific fund. Donation for swimming pool, all these things called specific fund. So, otherwise, student confused and tell me that, yes, asset minus liability is equity. But now my equity including this one in fact also my equity. So, but my intention of this statement of affair, it should be accumulated fund. Okay, I think later on I'm going to change the title, statement to calculate the accumulated fund. You got it? This statement of affair is used in the last week tutorial for incorporated cost because statement of affair. I think today we have to change the title to call statement to calculate. Okay, statement to ascertain the accumulated fund. Are you feel okay or not. I don't want to go into so detail because I accept all these terms. Okay, statement 2, ascertain accumulated fund. Understand? Then I can minus. Then you don't put liability minus all these things. You can get the accumulated fund. So my answer is almost coming out already. So I don't want to give you the whole answer. You just get this figure here. You can get your accumulated fund for yourself. Don't ask for an answer. You see, sometimes I feel very annoying because my students send me SMS, teacher, you haven't given me this statement of affairs first January, you just in the minus you can get. This one, I just want to double check only. Sorry, I'm not understanding that statement, but when I ask this question, it makes me feel like don't know how to answer you this question. If I never give you all this, if I never give you all this, okay. If I never give you all this, then you ask me the question. Okay, you ask me the question. How to get this? Fund here. Like the last step only is enough. You still want to ask in the past your senior they ask this question, I ignore it's enough. So don't feel upset because when you feel upset you must remember that I also feel very upset. You must ask yourself, is this question so difficult until you cannot answer? You just use 41 minus 23, you can get it already, am I right? Okay. So next, income. So subscription account now. You already got it already, am I right? Up there, you got the bar losses. Yeah, then you just create you make a loss. Loss on the dinner and dance also loss. Postage and accessories is now working already calculated. Understand? So the next, this is your current sheet. Current year depreciation just now you already calculated, am I right? So you just put your figure here, and this will be your non-current asset. You do yourself, say yes. So let's say no. I know what. Yeah. So working already up there. Depreciation for the current year, just how you already calculated, am I right? Current year depreciation is here, working number 6. Okay, maybe I put there, working 6. Working 6, Then buy inventory, price inventory, all given in the question, but remember take the 31st December one. Okay, buy inventory, acquisition, repayment, cash. This one is already in the working number 8 just now. Working number 8. Which I asked you to skip because you already calculated up there. Free cash, accumulated fund. So this accumulated fund, you get it from here. Do you see that accumulated fund? Okay, make it smaller. Accumulated fund. You transfer from here. Your accumulated fund from here to here. Then use your accumulated fund. Plus, then you can get this figure. Okay, now come to this price fund. Price fund is the one I'm going to discuss with you.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, I can't see your screen.
You cannot see my screen.
Yeah.
Your screen is still visible to others. Oh, receive. Okay. Receive presenting. Oh, so you lacking. So that's why you must call me and see. I need to change my. Wow, got a lot of questions here. Now can you see me already?
No.
Still cannot see.
Yeah.
Wait, Resume presentation. Is resume presentation already? Why cannot see already? Yeah. Let me see. I stop screen first. Then present now. Entire screen. Share. Now can you see? Can you see my screen now?
Yes. Can see now.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Okay. So just now I stop at this balance sheet. Balance sheet, you got this 32,400 plus 10,800. Then the rest you work it out yourself. Don't worry, you can do it yourself in practice. Then now I want to discuss with you this price fund. This price fund is given the question here. Price fund is given the question here 14400. Okay, price fund is 14400. Collection for the year. Collection for the year is here. How much is the price fund you collect? Do you see 8730? Price fund, I collect the money. That means people donate money, I receive the money. Okay? From the public, they donate money, I receive the money. 8730. 8730. 8730. This is the money I receive. This is the money I receive. So I add up together. And how much I use up for the price? Remember just now the price account? Price inventory consume dan telah digunakan. Consume is telah digunakan. People donate the money, I go and buy the price. Then at the end I still got 7542. 7542. So I minus the 7542. 7542. This one already used up. Telah digunakan. Minus it out. That is how I get, right? 15,988. Right? Okay, so that is my price fund. And then,
So the represent by accumulated fund, that one.
Accumulated fund, what happened? Accumulated fund is from here. Just I mentioned that from here. Just how you got working here, transfer up here. Accumulated fund. Do you see that? Accumulated fund plus the surplus. Surplus is at the bottom here. This is surplus. This is surplus. Accumulated fund plus surplus. Then you can get the figure here. Okay. Then the rest, so you can get this figure, then you can get total. And then you don't ask me what's the total. It's not important. You work it out, then you test yourself, see whether tally it out. I can show you the answer, don't worry. But not now. I want you all to work it out. Because the rest is very easy already. Yeah? So now, it's 10:04. I want you to take another short 5 minutes break. I will talk about this line membership. This line membership not long. I think half an hour we can finish already. Yeah. Half an hour. Yes. 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 Daoshan, your mic is on. Okay. Why opening petty cash is the bank? Opening petty cash is bank rather than balance right now. Opening petty cash, it depends if you are preparing statement of affair. You are preparing statement of affair on the beginning of the year, so you use the opening petty cash. Bank account is different. Why kid? For why you need to change your mind. See the screen. This one's the already. Why opening petty cash? Working 5, okay. Working 5. Working 5.
Hey, you buat yang mana? Order apa ni?
Working 5. Cash. Oh, this one not bank, sorry. Balance. Remember now, this one is a balance. Wait, this one is a balance. Can you do your correction? Can you do your correction? This is a balance. Yeah, do your correction. This is a balance. Okay, balance brought down. Correct, you're right. You see, it's my mistake. But if I don't understand this is my mistake, I will say this is purposely to test if whether you're sleeping or not.
Sir.
Yes.
So the bar trading, right? The closing inventory, is it like the 19125 from the
Which one? Closing inventory for?
bar trading.
Bar trading.
191.
Bar inventory is here. Bar
No,
inventory is
bar
here.
trading.
Pardon?
Bar trading.
In the bar trading account. In the bar trading account. Here. See opening inventory and closing inventory. You are referring to these two? Bar trading account, opening inventory, closing inventory is here. It's here. Bar trading and bar inventory. Opening and closing. Not price inventory. It's bar inventory. 7,020, 4887. Are you okay? This is the bar inventory.
Bar trading, bar opening inventory is 927. The closing inventory is 19125.
No. Inventory is 7,020. Do you see my screen or not?
No, this one
Bar inventory is 7,020.
this one buy inventory, sir. I'm asking closing inventory and the opening one. The last part, right? The 927, 9270 and 19125.
Itulah yang dekat wakil. Ni nak bagi orang makan.
Where's I can't see. Sir.
9270 is bank. Okay, just now it was disconnected. Now are you okay? Can you see me back? The connection is very poor now. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, can see back already, yeah? Okay, everything is recorded and presenting live. Yes, okay, all done. The message all disappeared. That's why I say I have to be very careful. Yes. Yes.
No, you want to answer the question. The call went already.
Yes. Now I'm on. Hello. I'm on now.
Yeah, the closing inventory, opening inventory, take from where, sir, actually?
Opening inventory. Do you see my screen here now?
Yeah.
Okay, opening inventory and closing inventory, take from here. Take from the page number 20. Page number 20. You go to the page number 20. Opening inventory and closing inventory is here. This one, opening inventory. Do you see my screen? 7,020.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, and do you see my 4887 closing inventory?
Okay, yes.
Yes, this is your opening and closing inventory. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to proceed with the next one, live membership. You see how much we can do, huh? This one very short topic only. Hopefully half an hour we can finish it. Okay, live membership. This one is only one lump sum payment. You know what's the meaning of lump sum? Sekaligus. Sekaligus. They do not have to pay in the further annual subscription. I ask you to pay every month $10. 1 year will be 120. Sometimes Club Society say, "Maya, don't want like that very troublesome. You pay me $100 to get it for 1 whole year." Or sometimes say, "Every year also must collect money from you. You pay me 1 whole life, 1,000 ringgit." So this is called life membership. So when Club receive this sum of money, they can invest in the fixed deposit. They can invest in the fixed deposit. So once they invest, this one is called capital receipt. The money you collected cannot be used. It's not income, but it's called capital receipt. Annual interest, this is income. Annual interest, this will be your income. Annual interest is income. Once you invest, it's called capital expenditure. When you invest, this is called capital expenditure. So only income you can use it. It is called once and for all. Once and for all. Not relating. That means it's not matching concept. It's not matching concept. It's not relating to the year when you receive. The payment is for the whole life, very long time. Because it's a long-term payment, they are recorded in the club account as a life membership fund. Okay, so they enjoy the benefit. So the life membership shown immediately after, can you see that? Immediately after accumulated fund. Immediately after the accumulated fund. Then you can write off. You can write off a fair amount as an income. You see, when you receive this life membership fund, 100,000. Say for example, you got 1 member pay 1,000. 1 member pay 1,000. 100 member will be 100,000. You'll be your fund forever, you know. But why you keep the money forever? Listen here, number one, you see there are some very old club societies, they keep the money for 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years. Imagine after 100 years, the member still alive. Maybe okay, but most likely member no more there. So the money still there, is it not? So this is number one. Number two, member nowadays they say like that when people give you the money, you should develop the club, buy new equipment for the as a facility for the members. So that's why you need to transfer. You need to transfer to the income. Okay, for amount estimate represent the proportion. So you are transfer the proportion for the current year. Proportion that relate to the current year. Can you use a pencil just down there? It's called matching concept. Matching concept. That means when I receive 1,000 times 100 member 100,000. This 100,000 can be used for 20 years. So 100,000 divided by 20 years. So this is a proportion related to the current year. That is called transfer. Clear? Okay. I want to go through with you this illustration. Creative Boarding Club have a scheme for member to pay lump sum payment. Then credited to the income statement.
Tak apa, dia time tak busy tu kita belajar. Dia dah busy, sebab tu nanti akak ambil apa ni ikut akak. Tapi tak salah kalau time hari kita. Kalau tak sampai bila dia nak belajar kat sini kan. Tu, Aini ada, baby ada, dia lah. Kalau nanti kita sudah nak Aini, dia lah.
Oh, what? You see the one over 10 years. Credit to income over 10 years.
Semalam cannot tidur, you know why? I keep thinking of the lunch crowd. Semalam why so many people there have nobody around here, you know? That's why you see I posted that today, banyak orang kan. Orang.
Okay, now can you see me again? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Yes, sorry. You see, don't send message. I don't realize that you call me. Okay, so this is a ledger. Am I showing you just now this one? Have you copied down this one? You take picture. I think you don't copy already. You just snap a picture on this. You just snap a picture on this. Creative Bowling Club. You snap a picture of this Creative Bowling Club. Okay, you snap a picture already? We couldn't see your screen before you mentioned matching. Okay. Just like I told you that this is your lecture note. 24,000, you take out 4,005. 7,005, take out 750. 10 years. So your closing balance is here. This is in the statement format. This is the statement format. But I show you in this ledger format for you to get a better understanding. So now, the next question. The next question, Century Sport Club. Line membership, $600. Line membership, $600. Over 5 years. Over 5 years. Only the first 3 years, you're a new member. Yeah. So 600, use your calculator, 600 times the 30, you can get 18,000. Are you following? 600 times 30. 600 times 30, do you get 18,000? 600 times 10, you can get 6,000. 600 times 15, then you can get 9,000. Are you following? Each member had to pay 600. So at the 1st January, you're going to have 18,000. first January, you're going to 18,000. So this 18,000, use your calculator, divide by 5. Do you see my calculator? 18,000 divided by 5. You can get 3,006. This 3,006 you divide over 5 years. You see your 3,006 over 5 years? So this will be 3,006. The PPL transfer from here to here. $3,006. So you can get 14,400. Are you okay up to here? Now, each member pays 600, am I right? 600 times 30. 600 times 30, you can get 18,000. 600 times 30, you can get 18,000. So 18,000 divided by 5. Then the next year you receive another 6,000, am I right? You receive another 6,000. Now you got 20,400 already. 20,400. So this 6,000 divided by 5. 6,000 divided by 5. 6,000 divided by 5 is 1,002. So 1,002 will be here. 1,002 will be here. So copy 5 times until the next year. 1,002. So this one don't have, you got 4,880. So you minus 4,008. You can get 15,200. Sorry, 600. You see 4,008 transfer from here to here. I know you lost already. 30 times 600, do you get 18? 10 times 600, you can get 6,000. 15 times 600, you can get 9,000. This is a new member. So starting from the 18, you divide by 5. You divide by 5, so like depreciation. Something like depreciation. You minus 3,006, you can get 14,400. Then you add another 6,000, you can get 20,000. You can get 20,400. Then the second year, because you got 2 already, this is the first year member, this second member, you transfer 4,008. Now, this one plus this one, this one plus this one, you can get 25,600. 25,600. 9,000 divided by 9,000 divided by 5. You see 1,008. So 1,008 will be here. 1,800. One time.
I get to 24,600.
24,600. Oh, sorry. Yeah, very good. 24,600. See, 15 plus 9 is 24,600. Yes, correct. So this one add up together. It should be, sorry. This one should be 3,000, should be 6,600. So 6,600 should be here. 18,000. 18,000. Up to here, are you okay? So this 1,008 must copy 5 times also. 1 time, 2 times.
T?
3 times. And at the bottom,
Sebab dia kecil sikit.
2 more times.
Okay, ni dia kata English breakfast. English breakfast bukan boleh apa je lah.
So now no more already, so I got 18,000 here. Then every year will be 6,600. Yes.
Actually, I don't understand this one. I really don't understand.
Which part you lost already? The first one, 18,000 can or not?
Agree.
Slowly, 18,000 can or not?
Yeah, I understand 18,000 times 30 times 600 got 18,000. I understand. Then later why you subtract to divide 5 then?
Divide by 5 because question say divide by 5. The question say divide by 5. Question say over 5 years. Do you see the word? Credit to income over 5 years. Credit to income over 5 years. Because this is not income, and just like I mentioned, this is capital receipt, it's not income. But I can credit to income over 5 years. Understand? Credit to income over 5 years. Understand? Now. So 18 divided by 5 is like 3,006. Are you okay? Don't lose, Once you lost, totally lost already.
Then why didn't fill up the under 2011? The income for 2012 and 13 is not filled up.
Because 2012 only received in the next year. In 2011, mana ada income for 2012 and 13? Income from 2012 is only received in 2012. Income for 2013 only received in 2013. So that's why these two empty. That's why this one empty. Understand? The money only received in 2011. This money received in 2012. This money received in 2013. Understand? Okay. So the first one, 18,000 over here. The next 6,000 divided by 5. 1,002 only start income in the year 2012 and until 2016. And then the third income is from the 2013, 1415 and 1617. That's how I postpone like that. Okay, so now you continue minus 6,600. That's how you get 11,400. 11,400 minus 6,006. Then you can get 4,008.
tahu lah. Kalau tak ada orang jam, semua tak tahu nak pergi buang apa kat mana. I letak apa? Macam double. I selalu nampak double. Kerana I suka yang macam kita crispy. Yang tu kalau lagi sedap. Yang toast bread tu, make sure yang brown, baru letak butter gula. Last time kita saya dengan Christine buat yang dua satu. I tengok macam ada macam there. Then I touch. Sampai I tak suka macam roti sangat lembut. Macam roti tak toast tau.
Can you hear me? Can you see my screen now? Hello? Hello, can you see me? Can you see my screen? Okay. Can I? Okay. What you can do is snap the picture here first. You quickly snap the picture, otherwise I worry that the connection disconnect again. The line is very strong. I don't know why it suddenly disconnected. Okay, you snap the picture here first, and then the next page, you snap the picture here first. I will show you the ledger. Taken already? Okay. Let me show you the ledger. Wow, this one very big. You don't copy, I show you the picture first, then you snap the picture. Can you snap the picture here? Can you see my screen here? Hello? Okay, can I show you the screen here. You snap the picture here first. This is the ledger. It's not in your note. It's not in your note. You snap the picture. 1, 2, 3. Taken. Chichang. Then the next page is continue. You see it's continue. It's continue. It's continue. You snap the picture. Second one. Still got one more. Still got one more page. 1, 2, 3. Chichang. Taken. Still got one more page. This is the last page. Do you take the 3 pages already? Okay. Now come back to here. Jin Xiang, have you taken the 3 pictures or some? Jia Yan, have you taken the picture? Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Jia Yan, taken. So you step like yes. Okay. Thank you. You step the picture here first, and then I will continue discussion. You see now I need to invite your this program leader to come in. But the problem is I don't know how to invite her. People. Now we got 246. I think she can come in here. I just add another name.
Akan ada panggil tu Ika dulu lah sebelum panggil Atikah tu. Panggil dia Atikah je kau Ika.
Can you see I invite you as a student? Okay. Email. Wait. Maybe have to send. Meeting. Let me. Maybe I show you the code. See whether you can join in or not. Wait. I send you the picture of the code. Wait. XMP. Small letter, small x, XMP hyphen then UTOC. And then hyphen one. Normally Google Meet there's a link XMP MP, X is X, then MP Malaysia, then Parliament, XMP, then dash UTOC.
How to directly join Google Meet? I saw you already, saw the invitation.
Okay, you saw invitation, you just join in already.
Okay. Join.
Okay.
I cannot see the Meet link.
You cannot see the meet link.
I am in your classroom.
You are in my classroom now.
In your Google Classroom.
Okay.
So I use the link which you attached it at 28th of June. Is that
Correct.
so? I go to this link.
Yes.
Oh yes. No, there's not. Okay, I join us.
Okay, you join. Okay, get that. So I wait for you. Students still here.
Okay.
I think some of students join live. They say 2 4. Yes, I can see you are here already. Okay. I think your program leader, this is Corey Lau. So she's going to brief you give you some briefing. Okay. So I have to on it because otherwise once I off, then you cannot see it. Okay. You can hold it. You can carry on.
I did not turn on my mic. Sorry.
Okay.
Just so I turned off the phone just now because I already joined it.
Okay.
Okay, good morning everyone. Morning, are you all still awake?
Yes. They stand
Yes, I know
next
it.
to morning.
Just everyone still very tired.
Yes, they're already 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours class oh.
Yes.
I thought your class is yeah, 早安 morning. Okay. I think you all don't know what I'm going to brief, but I think when I mention then you all will know. I am going to brief you on your ICDL exam. Okay, as I know the information that I get, you have seven of you. There's 7 out of 400 something, right? I think this is your one.
This one is 500 over. 500 over.
Oh, 560.
Group A and B 500 over.
Yeah, 500 of you for the last sitting, right? There's only 7 students who sit for this ICDL external exam. Then that's why now I'm here. I'm going to take over the presentation. Where
Carry on.
I need you all to take notes on this and need you to action on it as well. So class rep and course rep, you will be the one who in charge about this thing. Okay, so just brief you again for those who don't know what is ICDL. Hopefully you know what is ICDL because you already had the subject in your first semester, the first year. Okay, in your first year, first semester, you should already done this subject, which is your AMIT 1713, IT Fundamental and Applications. Okay, now before I go through what that you all should do, right? I brief again what is ICDL. So your ICDL, right, is the accredited test. Okay, now this test is an external test. Okay, external exam. Now, of course, only for accounting program students are compulsory. Non-accounting programs are optional. Why? Okay, I know you feel unfair, but I'll let you know. ICDL is actually more towards IT exam. Okay, more towards your computer, software, all this. Now, in total, there are 4 papers. Okay, selected by TAUC. Actually, they have a lot of modules, but TAUC selected 4 modules for you all. Okay, so you have presentation, advanced presentation, online collaboration, advanced spreadsheet, and IT security. You all can see, right? Or is it too small? I try to. okay, in enlarged tournaments. Now, these 4 are selected by TAUC. Now, in ICDL, right, you need to take at least 4 modules to get the certificate. So, what is the benefit of getting the certificates from under ICDL? Now, I think most of you should know ACCA, right? And I hope that most of you know that, having your own pathway or your own planning in the future, okay, to have maybe a degree plus a professional accounting cert, okay. Now, for this ICDL test, right, now I'm having collaboration with ACCA. So, just let you know, I'm a member. Now, actually, ICDL collaborating with ACCA, for all the ACCA member, you are required to sit for this ICDL test as part of the requirement. So, like my time, we don't have ICDL test. So, I think in the future of next year, okay, we are required to sit for this. So I might also need to go and sit for this exam. Now, so TAF College actually is so much faster and moving forward than other institutions. We embedded this exam in your diploma and degree. Okay, so these 2 papers you are going to take in diploma level, okay, which is this presentation advanced and the online collaboration. So I think 7 of you has sit for the exam, but I did not check for the results. Okay, I think somewhere on March the exam, 7 of you have already done. I'm not sure from this group or another group. Okay, now. So this exam, right, the fee per module and I know is around 100 something USD. It's based on USD. So if convert to Malaysian ringgit, it is around 600 ringgit. But TAF College is going to sponsor the exam fee for you. Okay? So the exam fee will be sponsored by TAUC, and you all just need to pay the exam fee, admin fee. Admin fee is 26.5 per module, but because you are going to take two modules, therefore the amount that you have to pay is 53. Okay, it's an external exam not included in your diploma CGPA. Okay, to be clear, not included in your diploma CGPA, not affected. Now, so what your class rep and course rep, okay, class rep and course rep, you all need to coordinate with Mr. James from CBE. This is his contact number. Please take notes of his contact number, okay? Course rep, you go and deal with Mr. James. You tell Mr. James you are from DA and you are actually supposed to take this exam in year 1, but majority does not take this exam, okay? Where we have already get the space to take this exam. Then you collaborate with Mr. James. How are you going to pay the admin fee? You will just need to pay the admin fee, then you can sit for the exam. It's very good for your future, to be honest, because I think somewhere next year I also have to take the exam, because it will be a compulsory under ACCA. Okay, so it's good that for accounting students to take this exam. Okay, so course rep, are you here? Because I cannot see the face, I don't know who is course rep. Are you here? Oh, course rep is in broadcast online. If course rep in broadcast, I think course rep cannot type in the chat box. Only those who assistant course rep.
Assistant course rep.
Yeah, assistant course rep, are you here? Because I need to know. Yes. Are you clear?
Yes.
What you do?
Yeah.
Are you clear with what you should do? I need to make sure that you know what happened. At least you know, okay? Because now what you have to know is you and course rep have to contact Mr. James on the process of how are they going to collect the money, because they are going to collect the money from you all and arrange the date. So the date actually you all can choose somewhere in August or September. Okay, you all can choose the date. Okay, it's good that you finish it before you graduate, because next year I believe most of you are going to proceed with RSC or RPA. You are going to take the remaining 2 in your RSC or RPA. Then after you finish all 4, you get a cert from ICDL. So if you graduate with ACCA, then you can directly get exemption already, and you don't need to pay for 2004, because each module is 600 ringgit, the exam fee. You only need to pay 26.5 for each module. Okay, assistant course rep can, because course rep is not in the Google Meet. I don't think he can type. Only those with Google Meet can type. Clear? Clear? Yes. So after you know the process, how to collect it, then you deal with the class rep. Because Mr. James he actually need to take care of all 3 accounting programs, which is DAC, RSC, and RPA exam for this ICDL. Now I know it's a bit troublesome, but we are still in the progress on applying this fee directly charged into your student bill, so that next time, maybe when you join RPA or RSC that time, right, it should already embedded in your bill. Okay, so we are still having the process embedded in. The process it will take about a year. As I know, it's a long process. That's why now you all might have this problem by collecting the money, dealing with the Mr. James, and the class track. You need to keep track who is not paid, okay? Who have not paid, okay? Then cost track, you deal with Mr. James. So how to pay, okay? Any question about this ICDL? Are you all clear about this? Do you all still remember this subject? Okay, Clear? Okay, good. So this subject actually you done in year 1, sem 1. Your time, you all just go for this class and then you take the internal exam. But now we have already changed the coursework portion. Actually, your junior now, right? They have a coursework portion which is compulsory to take this ICDL test, already included as part of the coursework test. So your case is a bit special. That's why now you are year 2 already, then you need to go back for your ICDL test. But as I know, is because your test, I think after mentioned to you about this external ICDL test, if not mistaken, was briefed by, is it briefed by Miss Iris? She told me she briefed you all on this before. But after she briefed you, then it come to MCO already, so that you all not continue with the registrations, and you also don't know how to proceed. Okay, so any question? This is the information I need to tell you. Then that is something you want to do. I'm not sure am I in the class rep group for DAC year 2. I was in DAC year 1. Yes, I'm in the group. Okay. What if last time passed the presentation module? Yeah, if you have already passed, for those who have already set for the exam, if you already passed, then don't need. If you already passed the first one, then you only take the second one. Make sure you graduate with these 2, because when you go to RSC, you have these 2. If not mistaken, it will be held in TAR UC, because TAR UC is the Aggregators Test Center. We are the test center, so you will go back. self-learning exam. Now, I think Mr. James CPE, right? They will give you a 2-module, 2 mock exam before you go for the final exam. They will still give you a pre-test like that. You can, I think you can access any time one. So you can test yourself before you go, instead of you just go like that. Any more questions? We only have 2 modules to take.
The student going back to office and take or sit online.
They need to go. I think they need to go. This one I'm not so sure.
Go back to office.
As I know,
they thought find out because now it.
Yeah.
You see very easy. Somebody say very easy. It ain't taken already.
The paper very easy. Oh, very good. You
Yes.
so encouraging. So encouraging.
Very encouraging.
Yeah, is it very easy? It's good, you know, because I also a bit worried. Because in future I need to take this paper. I was a bit worried that but you know, very difficult to pick up after graduates. Anything to study for the module. Yes, it will be the same syllabus for your AMIT 1713. So you need to go back to refresh on your paper. Okay? So yeah, you all can a little bit only. You all are more IT savvy. I believe that it's very easy to it will be easier for you to take now. Because like for us is working adult, to be honest, we just familiar with what we know and what we are going to use every day. That's why some of the things we might not have time to explore. That's why, like me, I also worried if I'm going to take for next year, right? I think I need to join the class. Okay. Yeah. Any more questions? Since now is a better time for you all to take up. Otherwise, in future, I think after you go ACCA, if you are go after ACCA, right, then you will still need to do it and you have extra cost. 600 ringgit for the exam fee plus the admin fee, 26. So about 626 of one module, and you need to choose 4 modules. Must pass A then can go B? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not like ACCA or the what? No. You can take. Can. So the exam time, I know you can choose one. Take this exam, can take it. Yes. But repeat student that you mean is it same batch with you or your senior? Or the student is same batch with you but cannot progress to year 2. Now, due to repeat, still stay in year 1. See? Patricia, I think you need to refer back your year 1's notes or your year 1's MIT 1713 notes. Are you throw away already? If you throw away already, then you find your junior and get it. Do you have your junior contact or find the lecturer?
Send to Lottie Mama Story.
Throw already. Accounting also throw. And your accounting student cannot throw accounting notes.
Send to Mama Store, Lottie Chennai.
Yeah. Keep it. You have friends, still keep it. So yes, we take the notes.
I still have.
Will we get new module on time? What you mean by get the new module on time? For diploma, you just need to clear A and B, 2 modules. The remaining module will cover in week. Okay, this is an external exam. You will need to sit for the exam again if you want if you want the external cert. So therefore, yes, you will need to repeat. But not your degree. Okay. So make it clear again, not your diploma. Your diploma course is not relevant, is not linked with this ICDL exam. This is an external cert. It's an additional cert. So if you fail this one, you still can get your diploma cert. You still can proceed to degree. But the problem is when you come to degree, you will take the remaining two. If you pass these two, or if you pass these three, you left this online collaboration and then you cannot get this ICDL cert. Then wasted. That's why if possible you clear these two, then come to degree, you clear these two, right? Then you have 4 together, then you can get the ICDL certificate. So when you graduate, you get ACCA, then both you can then you don't need to take for ICDL when you become a member. Are you sure you want to be so good? No problem, because this YKit, if you want to take all together, it's no problem. You need to check with Mr. James how is the payment and when is the date. But TAF College only sponsor 2 papers in diploma level. Because we sponsor the exam fee for 2 papers only. Of course, not cheap, you know. All of the students we cover 600 ringgit per module. You can go to their website and check. That's why we only free you 2. When it comes to degree, that time we cover another 2. Okay, you don't need to take ICTL if you go banking. It's compulsory for accounting students. It's compulsory for accounting students. And we are not covered for other programs, only accounting. Go to get the ICDL cert at final or pass 4 with the external cert. Only can get the cert at final. What do you mean by final? You need to pass all 4. You need to pass all 4 to get the external cert. That's it. Yes. Any more questions? For those who are live, right? If you have questions, you text your friend who is in Google Meet. Then ask them to ask questions. I don't think we covered this syllabus in our IT subject. Elaine, who has already done the test, do you think relevant? Because I did not. Yes, the syllabus should have covered in last year. So you should have already covered it last year. But somehow, I don't know what happened last year, why that the PL did not ask you to take the exam. Then only brief by more relevant to life. Or it's more common sense questions. Do you mean like your then it should not be not too difficult, right? That's the reason why you say it's easy. But anyway, Mr. James, they will provide you some revision material. Some of the model questions. Online calendar, email, all this. Okay, so which means it's more towards what you are using now. Okay. Any more questions? Very good. You have a lot of questions. Not encouraged. Not encouraged to skip lah. Since the TAF College already sponsor you 600 ringgit, right? Then you can try to try the exam. Then maybe you can have an excellent cert, right? Who knows? it might be useful in banking. Bank actually very computerized everything. It's very computerized. I was working in bank before. It's very computerized. Everything is computer. So I think it might help you in future. It's encouraged you to join because only 26 ringgit, 50 cents. So 2 module only 53. I feel it's a very good exposure. Not encourage you to skip, to be honest. Because in future it will be a compulsory, then we need to make it in line with your junior. It's only because your batch is the first batch to have this ICTL. That's why first it's not in your bill. Second, it was not included in your coursework. Third is you have to sit the external exam late, which is not together with this subject. Oh, it was included in your coursework, but you never sit for the coursework. Never sit for the exam. Okay? Then you should have done, right? Why only 7 students done? Oh, only part A. Okay. So part B, you are going for part B. For current your junior, right, they actually in part A and part B together. So part B, you have to take it. Yeah. After that, when come to your degree, right, you continue with CN. You already said. So which means part A is okay, right? Not to paper. Since the paper say easy. I know the passing rate is quite high. Also, one of the things, Mr. James is under CBE. So their objective is to achieve 95% pass rate. So they will provide you additional repeat students also have to take not STEM batch. Now for repeat students, you will need to take it because when you go to your RPA or degree, right, then you will follow the new batch program structure. So you will also need to take. Otherwise, when you join degree, you have a problem. You need to take 4 modules together. And the 2 modules is not covered. Or you fail in the external exam. Yeah, you are advised to retake. But the thing is, Tar College only cover once the exam fee. That's why we want to score at least 95% of the pass rate because we only cover once. If you repeat, then you need to pay yourself. That's the problem. That's why you have to cover. Yes, the passing mark is the same. Still remain. Yeah, of course you didn't get the cert. You need to get all 4. You need to pass all 4 only get cert. You can get a result but not the cert. You pass all 4. Actually, this one is something more intensive program for IT. That's why you haven't get your cert.
Just interrupt. Any student have classes after this? I think I'm not sure whether I got tutorial classes. If you got tutorial classes, you can join tutorial class. Those who got question, you can see.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. If any group got tutorial, if any group got tutorial, you better join your tutorial group. I'm not sure. Because I don't have a bank group. Those who need to ask questions, you can stay.
Yeah.
Hi, I want to ask Christine. Can you hear?
Yeah.
The thing is, the thing I took part A already, but I only got 74, which is 1 mark to get the third. So I want to retake, but after taking part B, then I'll take part A again, or should I go from first part A, part B?
So there's no restriction on taking which one first or second. There's no sequence. There's no sequence.
So like for now, like we pay for part B, then after finishing part B, then I can take part A for the next time. We can.
Yes, you can. You can arrange the date with Mr. James. As I know, I think there are a few times a year this exam. So you can arrange the time with him. He will give you some option on which day.
Is it we need to come to Tasi or at home?
As I know, you need to come, but I will double check.
We wait for the UC announcement because recently we got these changes in the primary school and secondary school. I think this one we wait for a short while. In the past, normally come back to campus now, but now because of this period, we are not sure yet until the UC make the further announcement.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Lavisha, do you any more questions? Okay. Any more questions? Yeah, for those who have no question, actually you can leave.
Yes, my class ended. Yeah, my class ended. Okay. Unless you got question, I ask. My class ended already.
Yeah. If you have no questions, then you. So part A fail, we need to do again part. Yes. If you fail part A, then you need, because in total you need 4 modules to get the cert. So you need to do part A and part B. Okay, welcome Ingrid. Bye bye. Yeah, any more questions? Oh, Mr. Su, this group very good. A lot of questions, huh?
Yes, I called him. Just after your lecture, I called him.
Oh yeah, very good. Not so boring.
When I call him, ask simple question, make sure they can answer one.
Yeah, they are quite interactive.
Yes, good. 26 ringgit 50 cents.
But the retake fee, the exam fee, we are not covered. So retake fee, the exam fee is 600. Plus the admin fee. Oh, you already retake. So the fee is 26.5. They covered. Wow, so good. As I know not covered, Oh, they covered for you. Okay, that is good. I will double confirm. So which means, okay, if really like that, then to be honest, very good deal for you. Or better, faster retake until you pass. I don't know how you see, because as far as I know, for Sydney told me they only covered once. So which means now they try to cover for the student until they are passed. Then for those who feel better, you retake now. Any more questions? So class rep and course rep deal with Mr. James about how to collect the payment and then how to arrange the date. Like, I know he has a few dates for your one, and one day he has a limit of how many students. So that's why, like, first come first served basis. Then you all will need to, after make payment, then you need to plot the date. That's why course rep, if you are doing alone, is very difficult. Class rep all have to work together with your course rep. Class rep need to take care of your own class, compile everything, and pass to course rep. Then course rep deal with Mr. James. Because Mr. James, he has to deal with DAC, RAC, and RPA. So he has to handle about 1,005 students to 2,000. So the payment after you're done class rep. Okay, individual student tell your class rep compile everything cost rep, then pass to James. It will not go through lecturers or tutor or the money. It will go through the UC. Okay? Any more questions? No question, then you have to continue with your other class. I also need to continue with my other classes. Any more questions? No, all are leaving already.
Yes, I think all leaving, start leaving already. Okay, bye.
So,
Leaving, huh?
no question? Yeah, bye-bye. Thank you, Mr. Su. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay.